driving south on I-79 in West Virginia. I'm near Weston right now. Haven't really decided what I'm doing today so far. I got a couple ideas, but I'll fill you in the next clip. T-shirt weather. It's about 70 degrees right now. It's really nice out. Alright, so I had made up my mind to go to New River Gorge today. I've been to New River Gorge before, but it was years ago. Really awesome place. Now it's a national park. I think it just became a national park last year. Gonna do some hiking and just hang out down there and relax. But look at the weather. There was supposed to be just a chance of a passing shower this afternoon, but it's been raining buckets for like almost 2 hours now. And I'm like, you know what? I'll just go tomorrow. The weather's going to be better tomorrow. It's going to be warm again in the mid-60s. I'm like, I'll just go to New River Gorge all day tomorrow. So right now, I was just off Interstate 79, kind of getting down towards the gorge. I wasn't that close to it, so I just turned around, got some gas, and I'm headed back up to Interstate 79, gonna go to Charleston. And I decided I'm just gonna stay in a hotel in Charleston tonight, since I've been sleeping in my truck the last 2 nights, and will be again for several nights after this. So that's what's going on now. I'm about an hour and 15 minutes from Charleston. And I will tell you about where I'm staying and all that, and what I'm eating a little bit later. So I'm at the Knights Inn here in Charleston, West Virginia, about 5 minutes up the street from downtown. I'll show you guys downtown in a little bit. I'm going to head out in a little bit here. It's 5:30 in the evening. I've been here kicking back for about a half hour, relaxing. And this room was $49 plus tax. It was $55 and change with tax. Pretty good price. And there was like 5 options in this price range I could have chosen from here in Charleston. But the reason I did this one is I have a lot of stuff in my truck because I'm moving. The back of my pickup truck is full. So take a look at this. I wanted to stay somewhere I could keep an eye on my truck. It doesn't get much closer than this. So there's some stuff out there. There's still my totes of clothes and my, 5-gallon gas can. And, some odds and ends. And the cab's full of stuff, but that's locked up, obviously. So I brought my kayak in. My kayak's been riding with me all the way from New Hampshire. I mean, I'm going to Florida. Why not bring that? So my kayak I brought in, my guitar, I brought in these ratchet straps that were holding the kayak on. I brought those in. They're not expensive, but they are, high theft, grab and go kind of thing. I've known people who have had those, be stolen before off trailers and stuff, so I brought those in. I'm not going to, maybe I will later. Right now I'm not going to tell you guys what's in here, but this case and that duffel bag, very, 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 very expensive stuff in there. Maybe I'll say later what's in there, but that obviously came in. And I was saying to myself earlier, this is the nicest cheap hotel room I've ever had. This is all pretty normal, but the bathroom was just redone. A nice tile floor, pretty nice countertop, new sink. This is the nicest bathroom I ever had at a cheap hotel. It's just new. So not bad. It'll be good to sleep in a bed tonight after a couple nights in my truck. And don't get me wrong, I love sleeping in my truck, especially when I have blankets and, plenty of, spare clothes and all kinds of things to be comfortable. Like I changed my shirt this morning. I kept my same pants on, but I changed my socks, changed my shirt this morning. And it's not bad, but this is nice for tonight. I'll probably do this one more time somewhere at a cheap place before I get to Florida. Today is Thursday, And I don't have to be to Florida until a week from tomorrow, the following Friday. So I'm going to be at New River Gorge here in West Virginia tomorrow. And then just open after that. I'll fill you guys in a little more as it progresses. I have some ideas of what I want to do till I get there, but nothing too concrete just yet. So I just ordered food a few minutes ago. I ordered from Gino's, which is a really good, like, pizza, pasta, like, kind of fast, like, pizza type Italian food place that's really popular in West Virginia. It's a chain. There's like a whole bunch of them. There's probably at least like 50 of them in the state of West Virginia. Every town that has like anything in it has a Gino's. There's like 5 of them here in Charleston. So I had it delivered. I could have gone and picked it up, or, you know, almost maybe even walked. It was like a half a mile from here. But I got lazy. I opted for delivery. Not one of those like Uber Eats or DoorDash or those like rip-off services. It's the delivery guys coming right from Gino's. It's still a funny sight to see this kayak in here. Delivery guy just came, so here it is. If you're ever in West Virginia, go to Gino's. It's fantastic. So this is baked spaghetti with garlic bread. The garlic bread is excellent here. Come on, any day now if I can get this open. There it is. It's really good. Then I got a tiny little pepperoni pizza to go with it, because I was really hungry. I got 2 things. It's a little while later, just after sundown. Finished eating, relaxed in the room a little bit more. Now I'm off running around Charleston, doing some sightseeing and seeing some things I want to see. I've been to Charleston before, so none of this is new, but right now I'm on the way to Yeager Airport, which is the biggest and busiest commercial airport in West Virginia. Still pretty small. They only, they have a handful of flights, and like maybe 3 airlines or so. So you can fly here, but I never have. Every time I've been to Charleston, I've been driving. I just love airports, as you guys know. And I'm gonna go downtown, gonna see the state capitol, then probably call it a night. And I know I've said this at least 3 times so far in this playlist, but it is so awesome to be in my own vehicle. I'm in my own truck, in West Virginia. It's awesome. So like I was just saying, I've never flown here to Charleston Yeager Airport. I've always driven to West Virginia. But when I was in West Virginia in June of last year, somebody posted a comment on my video about that trip saying I should have flown here to Charleston, and that it's a really cool approach, really cool landing, and that it's like landing onto a mountain range. And I can see why. I know it's kind of dark in this video. I'll put my high beams on. Oh, that didn't do much, but anyway, I can see why. I'm going up and up and up and up. It's like, crap, there's an airport up here? It just feels like we're going on top of a mountain. This just makes me want to fly here, though. I'm going to have to take a weekend and come back up here, because like I said, I'm moving to Central Florida. I'm going to be living, my home airport's going to be Orlando when I arrive at the new place I'm moving into. And Spirit Airlines flies between Orlando and Charleston, so I'm obviously going to have to do that. It's like just a windy mountain road, and all of a sudden it comes out and here's the airport. This is so cool. At least to me it is. So here's the parking garage. Oh, those must be the rental cars in there, if it's set up like most airports this size. No, I think that's just parking. Okay, I wonder where they put the rental cars. Okay, there's a garage here on the right for the rental cars, and then the parking, regular parking's over there. I put my phone down for a second there because there's a cop sitting right there. Pretty common for all airports for, you know, one to be sitting out front. Just the world, post 9/11 world we're living in of airport security. And that was cool. That was really cool. It's like an airport on top of a mountain. And now as soon as we came through back onto a windy, just really windy mountain road. My foot's completely off the gas right now, and we're going 31 miles an hour. Just coasting. Welcome to West Virginia. I like how they put those signs at airports, like the one you'd see on the highway if you were driving in. Even if it's the airport smack in the middle of the state, like this one because you're flying. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. I am definitely going to have to come up here for a weekend from Orlando. One of my friends in New Hampshire told me that, well, Derek, of all the people I know, I'm the least worried about you moving away to a different state because you fly more than anybody. I know I'll still see you now and then. I'm like, yeah, I can't argue with that one. Jet travel is a wonderful thing. Now we're kind of back into where it starts to get urban again. So that airport's only like 5 minutes from town. It's not way out there. Just a rural, small city in a rural state, but it's the biggest city in the state. And I just drove to Dollar Tree. I need to pick up a couple things. Wherever I am in the nation, my favorite store is always around. And no, they don't sponsor me, nothing like that. I just like Dollar Tree. And I put the closest Dollar Tree to downtown Charleston in the GPS, which is this one. And it was a cool ride. It was about 10 minutes from the airport. I went through parts of downtown. I went right by the state capitol. I went through the industrial district. I really got a good, well-rounded tour of Charleston. So I'm going to go into Dollar Tree. One of the things I need to grab is a toothbrush. This is day 3 of this trip, and I've yet to brush my teeth, so I definitely need to get right on that. We're riding around downtown Charleston. Just seeing the city. Nothing really more to it than that. Just something I love to do every place I come to, even if I've been here before. I feel like whenever I'm videoing for the vlog downtown of any city, I always hit a million red lights. No matter where I am, without fail. And of course, if I stop the camera, it's going to turn green as soon as I do. Here's the Kanawha River, right across the street here. That runs through Charleston. Okay, this light's got to turn green one of these days. Okay. The state capitol complex is not downtown. It's close, but it's not in downtown. It's a little bit to the south, which is the next place I'm going in a little bit. Like, there's a few decently tall buildings down here. This is definitely a very safe city. Everywhere I've been, it's just, very safe. Not a whole lot of crime here. Like the heart of downtown is back over this way. God, it's so awesome to be in my own truck on the road, traveling. I'll show you guys my truck tomorrow when it's daylight. Come on, red light. It's a one-way street, so we should be able to go left on red here, but no turn on red. Not real sure why. Here's like more center of the city, downtown. Alright, so I think that's enough. So I'm going to stop the camera and I will check back in from the Capitol area, which is a little bit south of here. There it is coming up. It's about, I don't know, I heard about one full song on the radio, so we'll call it a 3.5-minute drive between downtown and the state capitol complex. No highway, all local streets like this. It's not far, it's just if you're walking, it would be a long walk. West Virginia State Museum is over here somewhere too. I think it might be in this building on the right, but I'm not positive. I think that is it, because I've been to that museum a few years ago and it was really good. I wanted to go to it today, but by the time I realized I was coming to Charleston, it was already about to close for the day, so I never made it. Oop, I just turned into a parking lot. Hang on. Yeah, that's what happens when you're vlogging instead of paying attention to where you're going. And lo and behold, another red light. So just as soon as I pull into a parking spot, to get out, walk around, and stretch my legs, take some pictures, walk around the Capitol, walk around down by the Kanawha River, it opens up and starts raining again. So sitting here in my truck, I check the radar weather, and it's going to be raining for a long time. Big line of storms coming through. I'm sitting here debating whether I want to walk around in the rain or just call it a night. I'm just going to call it a night. I'm going to head back to the hotel. Good morning. Just left the hotel in Charleston. I'm driving south. I'm going to be heading southeast in a minute here for the new River Gorge. Going to be going back there today. Weather's good. No rain in the forecast at all. And this is, I don't know, it's maybe 5 miles south of Charleston so far. And look at this. This might be the best way to dodge a toll that I have ever seen before. This highway over here on the left, that has a $4 toll to drive on that. So that highway's got a $4 toll. Over here where I am on this road, it's completely free, regular road. 55-mile-an-hour speed limit on this one. And I'm not even going that much slower than the highway. And it's right next to it. Why would you? Anyway, that's just me being cheap. But this is pretty cool. So here's the new River Gorge Bridge. There's one of the highest bridges in the U.S. Well, there it is. Western Hemisphere's longest arch bridge. It don't look like much right now, but just wait. Wait till I show you guys what underneath it looks like. Down in the valley. Yeah, we are up there. Only takes about 30 seconds to drive over it. And this is a national park, New River Gorge National Park. It's all kind of centered around the bridge, as strange as that sounds, but you'll see why in a second. Pulling into the National Park Visitor Center. There's a bridge overlook here. I've been here before, but it's probably been 5 years. That was the overlook behind the visitor center here at the National Park. It's a national park. It only became one last year. The last time I was here, it was still, visitor centers. All of this was still here. It was just run by the state of West Virginia. And honestly, the only difference I've noticed with it being a national park is it's more crowded. I think the national park designation brought a lot of people's attention to it. And it is a weekday right now. It's a Friday. It was also a weekday when I went last time. So I think that's an accurate comparison. I'm going to drive down to the bottom of the gorge. And drive down. There's a little tiny bridge at the bottom to cross the river. And drive back up the other side. Stop and see some things along the way. That's one of the things that's so fun about this area. There's just so many places to pull off the road and walk around a little bit. I don't really think these videos and pictures are doing it justice. Like, it's a long way down there. Longer than it looks like in this video. Even right here, don't want to fall down there. The reason that the bridge was built in the first place, I learned this from the museum last time I was here. I didn't go in it today. Was that it takes, like you saw in the video, it takes 30 seconds to drive across the gorge on the new bridge. Not new, it's been here for decades, but on the bridge it takes 30 seconds. And the old way to do it before the bridge existed was just like this. Drive down to the bottom of the gorge and on windy roads like this, and then drive back up it on the other side. It took, I don't know, like an hour or so, I believe. That is a massive bridge. There's a catwalk underneath the bridge. And there's a tour group, a tour company that's licensed by the state of West Virginia to operate, there might be the national park. When this was not a national park, that's how it worked. And you can go on a guided tour and walk underneath the catwalk on the bridge. And I did that about 5-6 years ago when I was here. And it was really cool. And I checked the website of the tour company. And the website said they're not operating right now. But a few minutes ago, I saw people on the catwalk walking across the bridge. So I don't know. If it was earlier in the day, I'd probably give them a call and say, hey, what's going on? And you got an opening? But, nah, it's already 2 o'clock. And if I remember correctly, it was like $80. It was worth it, but it was expensive. But anyhow, you know, I'm really blessed in my life where I feel like I'm to a point where just about everywhere I go, I find myself saying, oh yeah, I've been there before. Oh yeah, when I was here last time, or the 3 other times I was, you know, I'm really blessed to be able to, to say stuff like that. So winding down closer to the bottom. So we're down at the bottom of the gorge. Railroad crossing, and here's the old bridge. Used to have to come all the way to the bottom to cross it like this. The bridge deck is wooden. I'll go really slow. There's nobody behind me. More train tracks on this side. So that's the new river. So the state slogan for West Virginia is wild and wonderful. And I can see why. This is down the very bottom of the gorge. Seems like it was actually pretty fast driving down to the bottom from way up at the top where I started near that Overlook in the visitor center parking lot. And these videos are not doing it justice. It is absolutely beautiful here. That's the old bridge down here at the bottom of the gorge, the one that I drove across a few minutes ago. And these roads are the ones that just wind all the way down from way up there. Overlooking the visitor center is like up here. And one thing that I forgot to mention so far today, it is March and I am in a t-shirt. It's been t-shirt weather the last 2 days. I love it. I spent about a half hour down there at the river just relaxing and taking in the sights. Heading back up the gorge on the other side from where I came down on. Heading off to a couple of hiking trails that I want to check out, which are actually on the other side of the gorge, but these roads are one way, so I have to go up this way, and then I'm going to drive over the big bridge again to get back over there. But even if it wasn't one way, I still would have come up this way because I wanted to drive down one side and come back up the other. Passing underneath the bridge again. No matter how much time I spend here, it's still amazing how big this thing is. Nobody's behind me. There are cliffs on this side, the bridge right there. It's just a cool place. coal train. And time's flying today. I've already been up here a half hour. This is almost as dumb as when I was at the Grand Canyon and went way out on the edge. I'll dig up that picture and throw it in here. God, I'm only staying here for a second. This is dumb. Here's why it's called Diamond Point Overlook. I haven't yet decided what I'm going to use for the thumbnail for this video, but it's probably one in a series of pictures I just took right here. And this is a personal best for me. Well, second best, actually. The second dumbest place I've ever taken selfies. It's about, oh, that's probably 300 feet down right there. There's a little over a mile each way to get to that Diamond Point Overlook. And now it's just, I'm almost back to the parking lot. Just right back into the forest. You wouldn't even know that the gorge is over there. Sitting here in a parking lot in Fayetteville, West Virginia. This is 5 minutes up the street from the bridge. Everything's here. There's a Walmart over there, Dollar Tree, Lowe's. That's where I'm sitting right now, in the Lowe's parking lot. This is Highway 19 out here. The bridge is 5 minutes in that direction. The next hike that I wanted to do here at the New River Gorge area ended up being a lot longer than I thought it was when I started looking at maps and planning it out. So I didn't have time for it because it was almost 6 o'clock in the evening when I got done with the Diamond Point Overlook hike. That was really good, and I spent a lot longer than I thought at the Overlook, which is fine. It was worth it. Time well spent. It was awesome there. But it kind of ate up the rest of the day. So I've been sitting here for a little while in the Lowe's parking lot, looking at maps and deciding where I'm going next. And I haven't figured out where I'm going yet. I'm ending up in Florida 1 week from now, but I don't know what route I'm going to take. I'm just trying to decide what's going on, where I'm driving tonight and what I'm doing tomorrow. So you'll see it in the next clip. I'll decide by then. All right, it's sometime later. I drove south out of Fayetteville, West Virginia. Now I'm in Virginia, right over the border at the first highway rest area on Interstate 77. If you see me looking down, it's because I got the map right here. Interstate 77, just entered Virginia like 5 minutes ago. Rest area, it's the first thing you come to. And I drove south out of Fayetteville, West Virginia from the gorge, but I avoided the West Virginia Turnpike, which is I-77 from Charleston to almost the southern border of West Virginia, because it has a $12 toll to go the length of it. 3 toll plazas, $4 a pop. And I was like, screw that. And it was actually a good thing in the long run for me on this trip, because, I mean, tolls are not a good thing. I hate toll roads. It's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying is that it was a good thing for me in this case because it was such a nice rural ride and I got to see more of West Virginia. It was really a nice ride. And then I jumped on the interstate after the tolls ended right at the West Virginia border first rest area. I was planning to sleep here tonight, but I'm not going to because it's still early. It's only like 9:50 p.m. right now. And there is no cell service here. Not with the network I have anyway. So there's that. I don't really want to spend the night somewhere I can't browse on my phone and text and stuff. So I'm going to keep driving. Eventually, another, I don't know, trying to see on this scale of miles, maybe 20 miles or so. It's just a guess on this map. Going to be coming to Wytheville, Virginia, and that's where I-77 and I-81 meet up. So I'm going to take 81 south, and then there's another rest area down there. It's about 55, 60 miles from where I am now. So I'm going to head down there, see if I'm tired by then, or just keep driving, maybe sleep there. Don't know yet. And yeah, that's what's going on right now. Here's the map I was talking about. Going old school, Rand McNally. How many millennials have never seen one of these? I grew up reading maps. I love map books, so I've always had one in my truck. Just entered Tennessee on I-81 at the rest area, Tennessee Welcome Center. This is where I'm going to spend the night tonight. It's about 12:20. So I guess technically it's morning. Cell phone service is good here. Lightning fast. I was just texting some people. And this is going to be the end of this video, so I'll put tomorrow in the next one. But keep on watching this playlist.